I like to challenge myself. I've been that privileged. I've never been sacked before, so that's one of the reasons why I took the job. So I could get a little bit more risk into my daily life. Coming to a big club, there's pressures. There's we need to perform because it is we. It's me, it's the staff, it's the players, it's everyone, and we need to do that together. So no, I like the ambitions, and I'm everything I do, every decision I made so far, everything is for the long term. It's not about surviving one game or 1 year or 18 months or what is the average. No, it's for the long run.
I just wondered if I could ask what your take is on the Morgan Gibbs-White situation. There's been a lot of noise from Nottingham Forest, nothing much from Tottenham. What's your take on that situation?
You know me well, so I'll use what I've done all the time. I'll not speak about players that is not mine. I think I'm doing 2 exceptions, and they're getting older. Is Ronaldo and Messi. The rest, I'll just speak about the players who's inside and in the squad of Tottenham. I see happy players, positive, smiling, energy, training well. So yeah, good vibe around the place. There should be a good vibe. They just won the Europa League title, going into a new season. Everything exciting, and in football and in sport, it's about dreaming and hoping. So that's what we do.
Spurs have signed Mohamed Kudus. What do you feel he brings and will bring to your squad?
I think it's a great signing from the club. I think it's top work from Daniel and Vinna and Johan, getting a very good player in early in the pre-season, so we can start working with him. I think he gives us a bit of that unpredictability in the game. I think his 1v1 actions are top. I think his slide passes are top. I think his finishing is very good, and he is in almost the perfect age to perform, but also take the next level.
Tottenham won the Europa League last season after a long wait. Does that change what is expected from you at your first season? Is the challenges higher than previously known?
I don't know. I think it was extremely positive they won. That gave them that fantastic trophy this club deserve, and they need it. My aim is that we can hopefully add to that. The first thing and the first aim is that we need to be able to compete in all 4 tournaments and do it on a consistent level. That's got to be the ambition we build towards, because I think 2019 Champions League final. I think that's the last season where the club managed to compete in more than one competition, and that's got to be the aim. We need to be able to compete in the Premier League and need to compete in Europe and also in the Cups, and that is a very highly demand, but that's got to be the aim.
I know you don't want to answer any questions or be asked any questions about players who aren't in the building. If I can ask you a question about 2 players who are. There's been some speculation regarding your captain and your vice-captain, Heung-Min'S and Christian Romero. Can I perhaps get your reflections on those 2 players and whether you're banking on them for next season?
2 top players. Sonny, I've been here 10 years, finally got his well-deserved trophy in the summer. So important for the team and the club. Christian Romero, World Cup winner, Europa League winner, Copa America winner. Very, very important for us as well. Both have trained well, setting the standards out there on the training pitch, and both will play tomorrow. So I'm very happy.
Just wanted to ask, during your time at Brentford, the team was very adaptable. You had different players. Have you got a specific idea of the style of play that you want to play here at Spurs?
Yeah, I'm very, very clear in all the principles I have in, every phase of the game. What I will like to see from the team and the players is I want us to be brave, I want us to be very aggressive, and I want to attack. And I think brave is absolutely linked in dare to do, dares to do. And if you're not brave, it's very, very difficult to achieve anything. And I think it's very important that we take risk, because if you don't take risk, you also take risk. So that brave to dare to do. I think is crucial. I think the aggressivity, that's difficult. Crucial also if you want to win something or achieve something, because you're not aggressive in duels. On off the ball is difficult. It's a very competitive game, and of course need to attack.
With previous managers like Antonio Conte, Mauricio Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, how did Thomas Frank from Little Denmark end up in Spurs?
Very good question. I think you need to ask the guys who hired me. But of course, it's big names, and I'm very proud to sit in this chair and be part of the next chapter in Tottenham's history. And I'll do everything, and every day I'll work towards hopefully take this club to new heights. That's the ambition. If I was not ambitious, I would not sit here. So yeah, I'm excited and looking forward to it.
New Tottenham manager Thomas Frank has suggested that Son Heung-Min's role at the club, including his captaincy, is still undecided. Speaking in his first press conference, Frank said he hasn't yet made a decision about the captain's armband and remained vague about Son's long-term future at Spurs. The 33-year-old South Korean star helped lead Tottenham to a Europa League title last season, his first major trophy with the club. However, with just 1 year left on his contract and no renewal talks reported, questions are growing about whether he'll stay beyond the summer. Asked if Son would continue as captain, Frank said, "I haven't decided. There are many things to go through, and I'll do them step by step." Frank also mentioned that Son and vice-captain Christian Romero will each lead the team for one half in the upcoming friendly against Reading, a move seen by some as a sign of uncertainty. On the pitch, Frank outlined his vision for Spurs: brave, aggressive, and attacking football. While he acknowledged that winning the Premier League is a long-term goal, his immediate focus is building a squad strong enough to compete in all competitions. He also confirmed that Dejan Kulusevski will miss the start of the season due to injury, but remained optimistic about managing the squad's fitness and avoiding injury issues that troubled former manager Ange Postecoglou. It's early days. Everyone's positive, but once the season starts, that's when the real work begins. I'm ready for it.